Chef and Builder Janie Pendleton, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a simple paracord bracelet. Now what I have here, and I ordered this from a company out in China, I know, don't say anything, but it is a whistle. You can hear that echoing through the whole neighborhood. Okay. And it's also see that? It's better if you want to make a fire, move the flint or move the rod. Okay, so we got a fire starter here going. And this is our buckle for our bracelet. I'm going to set that aside for just a minute. Now, here we have 10 feet of the 500 paracord in the black. You can do it any color you like. We're just going to make the ends meet and run it all the way down here. There we go. Hubby's working here next to me, so he's going to be doing some hammering. Alright, now here on the buckle, you can see that the buckle is kind of curved this way. So that means that's the way that it fits on your wrist. And you can see by the size of this buckle, it's huge on a woman's wrist. This is even huge on my husband's wrist. But this is something I'm probably more likely going to attach to my Molly buckles on my bug out bag. Bug in bag, EDC, you know, your get home bag, whatever you want to call it. Okay, but this is nice to have because it does have the whistle for emergencies. Matter of fact, my dog answers to it, my Siberian Husky does, and it does have the fire starter. So it's always good to have extra fire starters with you and emergency whistles. So there you go. What we're going to do here is we're going to take our loop and kind of flatten it up just like that, just so we can slip it through here. And we're going to start from the side. On this one right here, you have 2 slots and then 1 slot. Most of the buckles just have the 1 slot. But as you can see, that rod sticks through there, so I got to back that out just a little bit here just to push this through. And I like to go, it doesn't really matter whether you go up or down over it, it doesn't really matter. But this cord is so thick that I had to take the tines of a fork to pull it through. Oh man, this stuff is thick. There we go, I got it. Got it. Okay, so once you get that pulled through, you're going to reach through the loop just like this right here, and you're going to pull the tails through. Okay, just like that right there. And you're just going to kind of pull that kind of tight. Okay, see that? Alright, now what we need, remember this is 10 feet of cord here total. You want to take your thumb and just pull with this hand like this, pull. And with this end right here, just hold your thumb hard on it. Don't pull so hard to give yourself a rope burn. But there you go. Even that up a little bit, kind of flatten that just a little bit. Somebody melted the end of that for us already. That's perfect. Okay, and what we want to do is we're just going to bypass this little hook right here. We don't need that. Alright, so we're just going to stick that through just like that right there. And we're going to run this other end, the end with the fairing rod on it, we're going to run that through. Okay, now here we have it just like that right there. Okay. Now when this comes together, and this is folded over just like that right there, it should be that these 2 pieces clip together, just like that right there. Okay, now we're going to loosen this up until this fits my wrist. And I just made my husband's, this one's for me, so I'm going to go ahead and work it here until I can get it to fit on my wrist. And remember, you need an extra, probably 3/4 of an inch of space here, because by the time you wrap this cord with the rest of this tail, it's going to make this quite a bit smaller. But see how this is so much bigger than my actual wrist? So we're going to go ahead and pull this in just a little bit. Okay. I'd say right there looks comfortable. See how I've got some extra looseness here? I've got about a 1/2 inch in there between my wrist and the top there. For this size of clip. I'm going to unsnap it. Make sure that I don't move that too much. There we go. And then I'm going to take it with this hand and I'm going to pinch it here. And we give it a little bit of a pull and make sure that these strings are nice and straight here in the center. There we go. Okay. Now here's your right cord and here's your left cord. And there's your 2 centers. See that? Your 2 centers coming through there? See, I came up from the bottom and came out the tops. Now, I got the length that I need. Make sure that doesn't slip. I just pinch my thumb on that. Now, this is actually really easy to do when we've done the hard part already. Now you want to take your right cord and you want to make a loop. And you want to cross that like that. Just like that right there, right over the top. See that? Just taking the right, going right over the top, and I'm crossing that. There we go. And I'll take the left cord. Try to hold that up, Janie. Now, this is easier for me to... Now take this cord that's just hanging, come up behind this one. See how this one right here, this one crossed over, this one crossed over this one, and then back behind this little tail section here, back behind here, and there we go, and loop it through the back side of that one, and then pull tight. Oops. And then pull tight. Okay? Now we're going to do the same thing, opposite side. Lay that on top. Pinch it here with your thumb and finger. Take this side. Go over the top of this tail here. You know, here's the tail that we pinched over right here. Go over the top of this one. And then behind these tails here. And then back through the back side of that loop. Just like that right there. So you're coming, see that? You're coming back out the front right there. And then again, we're just going to pull it tight. Just like that right there. Now, we're going to do a couple more and then you can see how this is taking shape. There we go. And I need to pull these tighter. Make it look better. Now you always know what side that you're looping on, because see this little loop here? That's the side that you should be looping on. This side didn't have that loop. So see the loop? That little piece right there? Then over and then under. This is so easy, I'm looking through my camera screen to do it. And then kind of give that a push up, kind of hang on to the tail right here and then push that up. Make it nice and tight. And then here we are with the last loop here, so we know the loop is on this side. Over that side, and then under it all, and then through the loop. There we go. There we go. And we're just going to keep going like this. Keeping it nice and tight. Show that to you one more time through there. Through there, and now you can see where it's starting to take shape. It takes about 4 or 5 of them for you to really start to see it take shape. And when you turn it over here on the back side, or this is actually the top side, you have this nice finished look on this side as well. Okay, so we'll flip it back over and we'll keep going. Keep it taut. Over that one, under that one, and through the loop. One more time. Over the two, under the left, and backing up through that loop. Okay, I'm going to show you one more time here before I go ahead and shut off the camera for a moment. Over, over, under, and up and through. Over, over, back, up and through. Okay, believe it or not, just showing you, I'm almost half done. When I get to here, I'll be right back. Okay, now here we have came to the very end, and I pushed all these up on those two inner strings that run through here. I pushed them up, and I was able to fit in a couple of more tie knots there. And as you can see, if I really pushed it hard, I could probably fit another one on there. But what you want to do is you just kind of want to pull them down, kind of down like this a little bit, kind of go like that, kind of work it just a little bit, back and forth. And there you go. And what you have here now to end it is you just pull this taut, and you can see where this is coming out here and here. And what I did here is the first thing that I did was I checked my wrist first before I cut off the tails. Ow, I got myself. Ow, see that? That's where that paracord part right there hurts. Let me turn it this way. Now most people would have cringed with that. And I did too. Alright. So, you can see here that, like I said, this buckle's just too big for a woman, but you can see I've got some room here. You can make it a little tighter if you like, but that's what's comfortable for me. I like mine to hang a little bit more like a bracelet. As we know, it fits. Just don't turn it around the other direction with that. And we just want to pull that tight, just like that right there, and we're just going to trim that off. I gotta get in there a little bit better. There we go. Just take and give that a little bit of a buckle, a little bit of a turn like that. You can get in there and you can trim that a little bit better. There we go. Okay, now we don't want that to come undone here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a lighter and we're just going to heat this up, these two little tips up, and that nylon will melt to these two pieces right here, these two loops right here. Let me sit this so you can see this somehow a little bit better. Take that and just give it a little bit of a melt. See how that kind of shined that up and melted that a little bit? There we go. Kind of hardened it up a little bit. And there we go. There you have it. Your paracord bracelet. Okay? And so these are great for kids. These are great for EMTs. You know, when you unravel this, there's so many uses, of course, for string, whether it use it for a clothesline. We know military clothes has to be hung outside. You got the fire starter. Okay, and you can use the cord for all kinds of things. You got clotheslines, trap making, hanging to make a tent, an emergency tent. Anytime that you can think of that you might need some heavy duty cord, you can use this. It's a good nylon cord. It's basically waterproof. It dries really fast, and you should add a paracord bracelet to your bug out or emergency thing, even if you just take and clip it on to your molly bag and to a molly clip. You know, you don't even have to wear it, but it is nice. I mean, this is just something that you should wear if you're emergency personnel, firemen, EMT. You never know when you may need to make a fire and warm somebody up who might be might have hypothermia or something. A couple of cotton balls or some torn off edges of your blue jeans, shredded, and you can start a fire with this pretty easily, and some dry tinder. So make this a part of your emergency bug out bag, okay? And my husband's got one. I just made him a new one, and I'll keep this one. I'll tie this one onto my bag, or I can even hang it in my car, keep it in my car. But like I said, that's how you make one, and it's not a very good video, but I was making them today, and I thought, you know what, I'll just show everybody how I'm making them, because I know what's going to happen. As soon as I make one, everybody's going to say, hey, I want one of those. How do you make one? I want to make one, you know. Just look up on eBay, just look up whistle fire starter paracord bracelet clips, and you'll find it. And then of course the paracord, and I believe this was 500 weight. All right, so this is Chef and Builder Janie Pendleton, and I hope you've enjoyed how to make a paracord bracelet. And like I said, this is just, there's some other designs out there. There's some different snaking type designs, and that's really cool if you use 2 different colors. But I like sticking with the camo greens and the swap blacks and stuff like that. So blessings.